Junk food. It's really junk, but you don't need me to tell you that, or so I hope. So let me tell you something else. Junk food induced obesity, which for the longest time was considered a Western problem.
Question. If two jars say creamy, why does one spoon like fresh peanuts and the other taste flat and sticky? Because ingredient lists don't lie, we're breaking down 8 big jars by what they add. Sugars, hydrogenated oils, mono and diglycerides, versus the clean peanut plus salt jars that taste like, well, peanuts. Stay to the end for 3 safe picks that actually earn a spot on your toast. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1, Skippy. You think creamy and classic means safe. But flip the Skippy jar and the fine print tells you why it spreads so smooth. Here's the truth. That signature glide often leans on added sugar plus emulsifiers like mono and diglycerides. These act like tiny bouncers, keeping peanut oil from separating. Handy, sure, but they also dull the roasted aroma, add non-peanut calories, and leave a sticky, flat finish that nudges you to load a thicker layer. Think about how it feels on bread. It clings, skims evenly, and hides separation for weeks. That's the stabilizers doing their job. The trade-off is taste density. You get less peanut punch per spoon, and a sweetness that crowds out those warm, roasty notes. General nutrition guidance favors 2-ingredient nut butters, peanuts and salt, because they keep the peanut volatile oils front and center and avoid extra sweeteners. Consumer tastings often score simpler jars higher for a stronger peanut hit and a cleaner finish. Skippy's mainline jar lands here because the ingredient list stretches beyond peanuts and salt. Their natural line trims back, but the flagship formula prioritizes texture insurance over peanut content. If your label reads sugar plus mono and diglycerides, you're paying for a feel, not flavor. Bottom line, move the standard jar to the Learned My Lesson shelf, unless you switch to their cleaner subline. Now at number 2, a pantry staple with a similar playbook, but an even bigger trust problem. Number 2, Jif. You grew up on the red cap. It feels safe, but taste memory hides what the label shows. Here's the truth. Jif leans on sugar and hydrogenated or vegetable oils to lock in that smooth, never separating spoon. That's convenience, but it trades peanut density for fillers. Added sugar sweetens the base and can drown the toasty notes you want. Extra oils pad the texture and calories without giving you more protein or minerals. It's like turning down the volume on the peanut and turning up the background hum. Take a bite test. The spread glides, sticks, and coats the mouth with a soft, uniform film. You get a gentle peanut hint instead of a bold roast. Consumer guides have flagged this for flavor imbalance and heavy processing choices, pointing out that simpler jars hit harder on peanut taste with fewer extras. In one ranking, Jif sat mid-pack for peanut punch. Fine for sauces or candy coatings, not the top pick when you want a strong peanut-forward spoon. General guidance backs the same rule. 2-ingredient nut butters keep aroma compounds intact and avoid sweeteners that flatten flavor. When you strip it down to peanuts and salt, you taste the roast, not the recipe tricks. Bottom line, if you want peanut flavor, buy labels that read peanuts and salt only. With Jif, the convenience tax is added sweetness and stabilizers. So skip the flagship, or read for a cleaner subline very carefully. Next up, an old brand that follows the same rule. Different label, same additives. Number 3, Peter Pan. The branding says fun, the spoon says smooth. The label tells the rest. Here's the truth. Many Peter Pan jars use sugar and stabilizing oils to stop oil rise and keep that fluffy spread. That neat look comes with a trade. Added sugar sweetens the base and can nudge you to take bigger scoops. That's serving creep, more calories, same protein. Stabilizing oils also hold the emulsion, but they can mute the warm peanut smell you expect. Now the mouthfeel. When oil blends lead, the texture shifts from roasty to waxy. Your tongue gets glide, not grit, and the finish feels coated instead of clean. Reviews have called the flavor less peanutty than rivals, which tracks with a formula built for smooth looks over peanut punch. Ingredient-heavy jars often land like a mild candy base. Sweet, soft, forgettable, rather than fresh, toasted peanuts. Nutrition guidance is clear on this point. Keep nut butters simple to protect aroma and avoid sugar that raises intake without better nutrition. Taste tests tend to dock over-processed spreads for gummy texture and flat flavor. That's not nitpicking. It's how additives change what you taste and how much you eat. Bottom line, if creamy comes from a sugar and oil cocktail, it's not creamier. It's engineered. Scan for a jar that lists 2 ingredients, peanuts and salt, when you want a true peanut hit without the fluff. Now at number 4, the budget trap that looks simple but often isn't. Number 4, great value, Walmart. The sticker price wins, but the savings can come from the ingredient list. Here's the truth. Great value creamy goes heavy on spreadability, and that smooth glide often comes from more than peanuts. Store-brand recipes aim to copy the big-name feel at a lower cost, so you can see sugar and emulsifiers step in. That swap means fewer peanuts per bite and more low-cost thickeners or oils doing the heavy lift. The result is a soft, uniform coat that looks neat, but the peanut taste reads faint. Now the part that trips people up. Private label jars change suppliers and formulas can shift by batch. One run leans sweeter, the next uses more emulsifier. You need the label. If you spot mono and diglycerides or extra oils in the middle of the list, that's texture insurance, not peanut flavor. It keeps oil from rising, but it dulls aroma and can nudge you to spread thicker to chase taste. The brand's own creamy has been noted as highly spreadable, while added ingredients can mute the natural taste of the peanuts. That's the trade. There is a fix. Many stores stock a plain peanuts salt version right beside the sweet oil jar. You save money and keep the peanut punch, but only if you read the fine print. Bottom line, if the first 2 lines aren't peanuts and salt, keep walking. Budget can be clean when you pick the 2-ingredient jar on that same shelf. Next up, another house brand with a similar trap. Different retailer, same lesson. Number 5. Happy Belly, Amazon. One click to creamy, but the convenience hides in the emulsifier line. Here's the truth. Some Happy Belly peanut butter uses sugar and mono and diglycerides to beat oil rise and to ship clean. That locks texture so your spoon looks the same in week 10 as day 1. The cost is taste. Added sugar crowds the roasted notes. Emulsifiers hold the blend, but they sand off the lively peanut aroma and leave a clingy finish that pushes you to spread more. Think about how an e-commerce brand works. Jars sit in hot trucks, cold depots, and upright boxes. To avoid leaks and messy separation photos and reviews, they aim for uniform texture over time. That pressure leans towards stabilizers. You get steady spread on toast, but the peanut punch reads low, like turning the treble down on a radio until the song blurs. Natural jars with 2 ingredients behave differently. Peanuts and salt separate, and you stir. That tiny chore protects flavor because the peanut oils stay real, not locked into an artificial hold. The aroma pops after a quick mix, and the finish clears instead of coating your mouth. Check your label. If it lists mono and diglycerides or added sugar, you're buying shelf-stable candy paste, not a peanut-forward spread. Pick the one that reads peanuts and salt. Stir once, store it right, taste the difference. Want a jar that keeps it honest? Now we move to the safe picks, your pantry winners. Number 1, Adams. Take away the crutches, no sugar, no stabilizers, and watch what happens. Here's the truth, you'll see a slick of oil on top. That's normal. It means the peanut oil is free, not glued down by additives. Stir it once and you unlock the real stuff. Fresh peanut aroma, clean taste, and a finish that clears fast. You control salt, not a factory blend, so the spoon tastes like peanuts, not dessert. Adams keeps it tight. Peanuts, salt. That's the whole play. Give the jar a firm stir the first time, then park it upside down so the oils drift back through the paste. You'll get a spread that stays friendly in the fridge and a roasty, bold spoon that hits with peanut first, last, always. It coats with a gentle sheen, not a waxy film, and it doesn't push you to heap extra just to chase flavor. Consumer guides praise 2-ingredient jars for flavor and transparency because there's less to hide. No sweet finish, no mystery stabilizer. The fix is simple. Trade 30 seconds with a knife for better taste all week. Refrigeration slows separation and keeps that bright aroma intact, like putting a lid on fresh coffee so it stays sharp. Bottom line, 2 ingredients mean fewer surprises. When you want real peanut protein without the sugar fog, this jar earns a spot. Next up, a premium option that proves you can keep silky texture without dragging a chemistry set into your pantry. Number 2. MaraNatha. Can a jar be silky without a chemistry set? Here's the truth. MaraNatha shows you can get roasted depth, clean labels, and a spread that stays pleasant after a good stir. Their natural and organic lines stick to simple builds, so the peanut aroma leads and the finish stays clean. You trade a little work for flavor. Stir it once and the texture settles into smooth, not gummy. Now the trade-off. Price runs higher. You pay for better nuts, careful roasting, and fewer add-ins. That money buys you a cleaner spoon and a label you can read in 5 seconds. Think of it like paying for a sharp knife that you use every day. The cut is better and you waste less. Roundups that rate natural nut butters often put MaraNatha near the top for taste and short ingredient lists. They also repeat the same warning. Natural jars separate. You'll see oil on top. A quick stir in the fridge tame that. Cold storage slows separation and keeps the aroma bright, so tomorrow's spoon tastes like today's. Watch the variant names. The brand sells classic natural and organic jars that stay simple. Flavored or sweetened options exist, but the core line avoids the sugar and stabilizer crutch. Read once, pick the simple one, and you get the silky spread without the label bloat. Bottom line, if you can afford the upgrade, MaraNatha delivers a near gourmet peanut hit, minus the baggage. And for a different twist, clean labels with creative roast and flavors done right. Number 3, Wild Friends. You want clean, but you also want fun. Is there a middle lane? Here's the truth. Wild Friends leans on simple bases with creative roasts, so many jars stay tight on ingredients. That keeps the peanut up front and the finish clean. You get real spread, not a lab-built glide. The brand builds interest with roast level, salt choices, and light twists, without loading in stabilizers that deaden aroma. Now the part you still need to watch. Their unsweetened or no added sugar lines stick to a short list and deliver a roasty spoon that tastes like peanuts, not candy. But flavored jars can add sweeteners or extras. Read the panel. If sugar shows up near the top, you're trading punch for a softer, dessert-like spread. Think of it like tuning a radio. Add sweet and you turn down the treble on the peanut. Consumer guidance backs this lane. Minimalist nut butters tend to hit harder on peanut character, but they separate and they cost more. That means a stir before first use, a quick fridge rest after, and a price bump for better nuts and cleaner labels. It's normal. Oil on top is a sign the brand didn't glue it down with emulsifiers. Bottom line, Wild Friends often respects the peanut. Pick their simplest jars, unsweetened, short list, peanuts, and salt. And you get flavor, protein, and no label bloat. You now know how to read the label. Let's land the rules you can use in any aisle. Here's the truth. The rule is simple. Peanuts, salt, done. Add sugar, hydrogenated oils, or mono and diglycerides, and you push flavor down while risk goes up. That swap turns a protein food into a sweet, sticky spread with less peanut punch. Your move is fast. Scan the first 3 ingredients. You want peanuts first, salt second, and nothing else. When labels stack sweeteners and stabilizers, put it back. Treat the aisle like a checklist, not a guessing game.